we were at a rural middle school in Arkansas, and we were doing a school tour. They had been using Muzology for, I think, half a year at that point. And a seventh grade girl ran up to me and she said, can I give you a hug? And I said, sure. So she gives me a hug. And then I said, how come you wanted to give me a hug? And she said, because this is the first time in my life my dad said he's proud of me.
So now, please welcome the official, non-official, non-sponsor of the Savannah Bananas, but a big fan. Please welcome John Fletcher.
Well, thank you, my friend Jesse Cole, owner of the Savannah Bananas, and welcome to this week's edition of 15 on Fridays with Fletch. We're going to show one of the video clips right now, the examples of Muzology.
7 times 12 is 84. Wanna learn a little more? Let's count. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84.
Welcome back to 15 on Fridays with Fletch. We're talking with Lana Israel, the founder of Muzology, the incredible music concept that teaches math to students. One other question with that, Lana, these students are able to retain. They don't just get the song and then they're good for 5 minutes. They're knowing these concepts for 2, 3, 5 years later, right?
Yeah, John. So that's such a great question. And you can answer this question yourself. Do you still remember the words to songs you heard as a teenager in middle school? You do.
Yes.
Even if you haven't heard the song for decades.
Yes.
Okay. And I think everyone tuning in can relate to that as well. So there's something very powerful about how music exists and how our brains work and function, such that information put to music directly activates brain regions that are critical for successful and sustained learning. And those brain regions are memory, attention, motivation, emotional centers of the brain. And so what happens is something very synergistic and amazing, that when you're able to teach using the medium of music and you have the right methodology, which is what we've spent years developing, but you have the right methodology attached, the learning's not kind of one and done, here today, gone tomorrow. It's learning that is sustained and can be retrieved almost forever. Once those lyrics get transferred into long-term memory through the power of music, you should be able to remember the math you learned in elementary, middle school that we're teaching for the rest of your life. Oh, and John, I'm going to give you an example right now. Like, when I talk about this, the example that people use the most is Schoolhouse Rock. People start going Conjunction Junction or I'm Just a Bill and Capitol Hill. I mean, those are songs that people heard on TV, right, between cartoons or whatever as a kid. And now they're adults and they're still singing those songs. So it's just that when you have enough exposure to music-based learning, it's something you can remember forever.
Here we are again with Dr. Lana Israel talking about Muzology, the way that students learn math through music. And Lana, you mentioned this a little bit, but let's be more specific. The reason that you can do a lot with a lower performing school is they have more room to grow. An A student has only X amount of space they can grow, but a D student or an F student can grow a lot. So tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So to your point, I mean, we're kind of bounded in terms of the absolute gains you can see depending on where a student is starting. I do want to say what's fascinating to me about our platform and the use of music as a learning technology is that it appeals and lands with learners of all levels and abilities. I mean, that's what's so cool about it, John. So certainly there's more room to grow for an underperforming student. At the same time, we have honors classes using the platform. And for those kids, it helps accelerate learning. It helps them stay even more engaged. It helps them enjoy what they're doing even more. And so that's what I think is so beautiful about music. It's its universality and generalizability across any type of learner from any background at any level or ability. I think back to your question specifically, about low performing students and even historically low performing students, what happens is if you're not getting it year after year after year after year, right, something's not landing with you the way it's being presented, and or you're also checked out. And so what happens with our platform is we suddenly meet the learner where they live with something they like, which is music and music videos specifically. And we, in addition to using music as a learning technology, there's a lot of other science embedded in our music videos that have to do with perceptual psychology, how we present information, like a lot of secret sauce that goes into the videos. And so we're also able to present information very clearly and in a simple but still rigorous manner. So by simple, I don't mean we dumb anything down, but we can present things that may sound complex very clearly and in as simple a manner as possible that still retains the important topics and meaning. So I'll give you an example. We were being used in a summer school program, and we at an urban high school. And so this was going to be an incoming ninth grader. He had failed eighth grade math, and he was the star football player in middle school. On every high school, and this is a football crazy district, by the way. So, and it's not in Texas. I'll just tell you that. So, believe it or not. So every high school wanted him to pass summer school and be able to go to high school because every high school wanted him to play football at their high school. And so he was using Muzology over the summer. And at the end of summer school, I did a little exit interview with a number of the kids, and he was one of them. And I said, so what did you think about the Muzology platform? And he goes, well, I was shocked when I saw it because school puts me to sleep and it's boring, but I love music. And when I went to the website and I saw music videos, I couldn't believe it. And I loved it. So I say to this kid, well, do you think it helped you learn? Oh yeah, definitely helped me learn. So I'm like, well, he's telling me what I want to hear, of course. So I said, can you give me an example? So he goes, yes, the video on one-step equations. My teacher taught that for 2 months and I never understood it. I watched the music video one time and I finally got it.
That's beautiful. Give
Yeah.
us another example of a success story. These are so inspiring.
Yeah. So I love that success story from the perspective of straight up learning and engagement. The anecdote that I probably need to grab some tissues just to tell you is because every time I say it, it's so beautiful to me. We were at a rural middle school in Arkansas, and we were doing a school tour. They had been using Muzology for, I think, half a year at that point. And a seventh grade girl ran up to me and she said, can I give you a hug? And I said, sure. So she gives me a hug. And then I said, how come you wanted to give me a hug? And she said, because this is the first time in my life my dad said he's proud of me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the special moment. And you know that you're having invisible moments going on in families all throughout the United States that you're not getting to hear about. And you
Yeah.
realize this is happening again and again and again.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, John. As you know, I mean, we're a new company. We started, Bob and I, this was an entrepreneurial thing. And I know from the work you do with businesses of all sizes, it's hard work starting a company. And there are days, there are days I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's those stories and exactly the point you just made. It's knowing that there are people I might not see or hear from or know who this is benefiting and helping. It's kind of that invisible group of people for whom this is very visible in their lives that really a lot of times has kept me going.
Didn't you recently sign an agreement with the state of Tennessee? And what other major platforms have you signed with?
Yeah, so what we're doing in Tennessee right now is we're on their ESA platform. So it's a platform whereby parents who receive uh, any type of resources or funding from the state can now purchase Muzology in Tennessee. We're on a similar platform, the Step Up platform in the state of Step Up for Students platform in the state of Florida. And I referred to some work we had done at the state level with the state of Arkansas, which was really amazing through the former governor and first lady of Arkansas, who were, we talk about people who had a heart and an eye for innovation. Just a remarkable administration over there when we were working in Arkansas initially. And we have some other things in the works that maybe I can announce on an upcoming podcast if you'll have me back, John.
Absolutely, I will. Well, tell us this. You mentioned a little bit earlier, you started serving middle schoolers with pre-algebra. How far have you expanded on your student age level and the courses?
Yeah, great question. We started with pre-algebra / algebra readiness because when we surveyed the K-12 space, that really leaped out as one of the most acute pain points. It was when girls started underperforming boys, minority students started to really dive in terms of proficiency. And it was the last opportunity to get kids proficient before they had to take algebra. And there's this crazy correlation out there that kids who don't pass algebra on their first attempt are less likely to graduate from high school on time, if at all. So it was really a high stakes subject, which is why we started there. And the one topic that was the gateway bottleneck topic in math in middle school was fractions. So we started off focusing on fractions in middle school. We then started to expand our fractions offering. And as we began, two things happened. As we started to talk to middle school educators, they said, wow, it would be great if these kids showed up in middle school at grade level and proficient. That'd make our lives a lot easier. And the next thing that happened, we had a bunch of elementary school teachers saying, do you have this for elementary school? Do you have things for elementary school? And then actually a third thing happened. We started to get phone calls from middle school principals and high school principals asking us if we had times tables. And I was like, wait, you're a high school. What do you mean you're a high school principal? What do you mean do we have times tables? And so there's this big problem now where kids at the middle and high school level are not fluent in their times tables. They're either don't know them, they're using their fingers. And so it's an impediment for them to proceed the way states and state standards would want them to at that level and to go on to do higher level math. And so that's when we decided to build out a times tables module, which I think is one of our best modules of content. The songs are so good, the videos are so good. I actually listen to them for fun, no joke. They're really good songs. I mean, there's a times table video that Bob listens to for fun. He makes me play it anytime we're doing a demo or we're in a meeting. He's like, play the 2 times tables. And then we decided to expand to elementary school. So we now dip down from 3rd to 8th grade, and we're continuing to fill in that content library.
And we're going to play one of the times tables right now, the times table video.
Oh, good.
7 times 12 is 84. Wanna learn a little more? Let's count. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, 70, 77, 84.
Tell us about the school districts that are experiencing a shortage of teachers. So if they're having to put inexperienced teachers or certainly uncertified teachers in the classroom, explain how this can serve those school districts and still give a quality education to the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a challenging situation for all parties involved. And I think a lot of these districts they don't have other options. So I think, number one, we have to look at the situation with grace for everybody involved, because really, what do you do? And then I think what we can do is say, hey, if we can show up with high quality instructional material mapped to state standards, which all of our videos are, that facilitates learning and understanding for students. And we also have associated quizzing inside of our platform that gets more challenging as a student progresses. We've got teacher dashboards. Teachers can create playlists. We can create custom playlists based on standards. So it's not just watching the videos. I mean, we're building out a complete learning platform. And we will be launching some really exciting updates with AI tutors and more personalized learning. It essentially gives an educator the ability to ensure that their kids are being taught in a manner that resonates with them, that helps reinforce and teach to weaknesses that that individual student has, can reinforce strengths. It supports individualized learning and instruction, which is challenging for teachers who have been teaching for decades, never mind a new teacher who's entering the classroom who may not have experience or have like all of the credentials you would want in the best case scenario. And so it just kind of, it ensures that rigor. It even helps the teacher maybe learn the math topics and concepts in a way they may not have thought of or been taught or understood. So it's really a win-win all the way around. And then it creates just a more joyful, happy classroom. And so that's also a win-win for a new teacher or teacher who may be having challenges with the content and the curriculum.
Will we see you on Shark Tank one day?
Oh, hey, John, I know that that might be your dream more than mine, but I'd love to go on Shark Tank. I'd love to go on Shark Tank. Hey, why not? Why not? Who do we call?
I've got a couple of contacts. I'll reach out to them. I've got a couple of friends that have actually gotten money on Shark Tank. So
Amazing.
we can find
Amazing.
out the secrets behind it. Well, we're putting up an information page right now about how to reach you and your team so that people that are wanting to learn more about musology, whether it's for their own student, their only family member, whether it's for their school as a district or for a favorite teacher, so they can reach out to you. So, Lana, thank you
Wonderful.
so much. We've been talking with Lana Israel, founder of Muzology. We look forward to having you back again at 15 on Fridays with Fletch. Thanks, Lana.
Thank you, John.